This is part 5 of my guitar strumming video series. In this episode we are going to look at waltz strums. Now with these patterns, the pulse or the rhythm of the song is divided into groups of 3. So as a good example of a song like that, you could have a listen to something like Hide Your Love Away by the Beatles is a good one. So we're going to do a couple of 3-beat patterns, and then at the end we're going to do a 6-beat pattern. Alright, so here is the first 3-beat pattern. It sounds like this. Okay, it's pretty easy. It's just down, down, up, down. And you'll notice that if we count that out, 1 and 2 and 3 and, it is divided into group of 3, right? It has a very different feel. Because you get a strong beat every 3 beats. So I'm going to count you in, and we're going to try this pattern just once, okay? And because now we're counting in a waltz, I'm only going to count to 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Now, if we loop this pattern, we'll get this sound. Every beat 1, you want to make sure that you're stressing it just a little bit louder so that we have that waltz feel to it, right? Okay, so we're going to try 4 of these in a row, and I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy. Let's try that again. 3. So we're going to try 4 of these in a row, and I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here is the second waltz pattern that we're going to do in this video. It's going to sound like this. It's kind of the opposite, because now we're starting with the down, up, down. Okay? So it's down, up, down, down. Okay, so I'm going to count you in, and I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to loop it, right? It'll be try that with me. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, last 3-beat pattern we're going to do. It sounds like this. Alright, so at the end you have a down, up now. You've got down, 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 up. Alright? So let's just do one of those patterns together. I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, 3. Alright, do it again. 1, 2, 3. Good. If you've got that, let's loop it 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, 1. Good. If you've got that, let's loop it 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, sometimes we have songs that are in 6/8, which, if you know how to read standard notation, basically means you've got 6 eighth notes. But if you don't know how to read standard notation, it doesn't really matter. Basically, you just have a pulse of 6, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you might ask, what is the difference? Well, not that much. It's more about where the stress is. When we have 3/4 waltz, there's a pretty strong stress every beat 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. With 6/8, you get a pretty strong beat on 1 and not as strong a beat halfway through. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 4 might be a little bit more stressed, it might not, it depends on the song. A really good example of a song like that is House of the Rising Sun is a good example. Norwegian Wood, I think, is in 6/8, if we want to stick with the Beatles references. Now, House of the Rising Sun has a picking pattern, but you could also play it with a really nice strum pattern that sounds like this. You could think of that as two different 3-beat strum patterns in a row. The first one being, and the second one being the simplest ever. Right? And then put them together. So now, if we're playing 6/8 and I count you in, I'm going to count to 6. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll try to loop it now. Let's do 4 in a row. A minor chord, by the way, I'm playing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, pretty good. Now, so far in this video series, we haven't really been changing chords at all. Here's an opportunity to try out a song on your own. You could